You know, life is getting stranger by the day. I apologize for that, but maybe that's just confirmation, you know? But yes, life gets stranger by the day. Somehow we find new ways, not me personally, but hey, I'm a part of this society, so even though I'm trying hard to do my best to change it, I'm a part of it. But sometimes we as a society, we break down good people. You know, we break down the positivity out of life. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. I'm not going to say that I was always so conscious as I am right now, but I can say that I've had my part to play in society. I have tried to move through life without causing anybody pain or discomfort, and I think I've done a good job of that. But still, you never really know the impact that you have on people. But life is beautiful. It's meant to be beautiful. We talk about jobs all the time, and yes, that's an oddity in life. But I don't want to talk about 9 to 5s, gender wars. I don't want to talk about red pill. I don't want to talk about 4B movements. I don't want to talk about feminism. I just want to talk about life. Just getting in tune with who you are inside. Building yourself up to be the best version of yourself that you can be. To enjoy life the way it's intended to be enjoyed. And to help others like you were put on this earth to do. To raise the vibration of others. To help people get through certain hard times in their life. You know, to be a beacon of positivity. We all may have our own images of what life looks like, but that's my image. Being able to lead by example, showing people the way, really educating and raising the youth, and allowing the youth to fall forward, meaning to allow them to make mistakes, because that's the best teacher. It's life. And when you learn life lessons, as long as we can monitor them to make sure that the mistakes they're making, they're falling forward instead of falling back, that's where our advice is needed, to push them in the right direction. Just enough so they get the message. We don't want to be overstepping boundaries, and we have to learn how to respect the younger generation more. They have a voice. Forgive my language, but this is what is going to piss off the younger generation. I was young once, and the hardest thing I experienced was trying to express how I feel to win confirmation. The hardest thing I had in my youth was trying to express how I feel to the older generation, because they were stuck in their ways. They thought that because they were older and they lived on this earth more, that they had more experience, not knowing that I had a harder upbringing. I had to go through childhood with an abusive parent, single parent. I'm the one that did not have my father figure. I was the one who was making mistakes and falling a lot. But one thing I always did is fall forward. So every mistake that I made sure I learned more than what I could have initially learned from it, if that makes sense. We as the older generation now, we have to welcome the younger generation with open arms. We have to allow them to show their brilliance, because they are smart. Allow them to come to us when they need us. And when they come to us, don't be so quick to overshare and lecture. Instead, I would say, when they come to you, I want you to listen first. In these situations, you should listen twice as much as you think. Sometimes the youth may already have the answer, but they're coming to the older generation to release steam. They have that right. We are the ones who's supposed to be more emotionally intelligent. Not more intelligent as far as IQ, but more emotional intelligent. Emotionally intelligent. Meaning that we're older, we should know how to conduct ourselves in the right way to be, to get a point across and still conduct it in a positive manner. So the next time you have somebody of the youth coming to you for advice, I want you just to, whatever you have to say, this isn't about you, it's not about what you have to know. But I encourage you just to be quiet, to listen twice as much as you would listen to anything else. But I want you to listen. I want you to take care. I want you to take heed of what their issues are. But I don't want you to say what they should do about it. Instead, I want you to instruct them how to think, not what to think. Because when you instruct someone on how to think, you give them an equation that they can plug in their own problem and still get the answer that's needed to promote their life. So allow these people, these young adults, allow them to fail, because that is the best teacher. You don't want to rob them of their failure. The biggest issue of why people do not like failure now is because we, this generation that I belong to, we shun them, we shame them, we talk about them. We do not allow them to fail and encourage them to keep failing. Because like I said, failure is the best teacher. If you work out, failure is the best way to grow. If you want to do a set till failure, anybody knows that. It's the same thing with your mind, your heart, spirit, soul, all of that. When you fail at life, you allow life to humble you. And when you allow life to humble you, you can't blame nobody else for your results but you, because you are the one that started the whole situation. And when life humbles you, life has a magical way of embracing you, showing you the right thing to do, and not judging you, but allowing you to pick up where you left off. Because like I said, you fell forward. You may not be standing tall, but you still taking steps in the right direction. So as you take a step in the right direction, boom, you fall. Man, I didn't fail, right? You back up. But really, when you fail, you took 2 steps forward, but it was just embarrassing. That's really the majority of life's lessons, is to humble you, is to embarrass you. I heard people talk about the humiliation ritual. Listen, when you walk around and you don't, I had this issue when I used to walk around as a young adult, really early in life. Luckily, I got myself together around 15. I got myself together around 15 years old. But before then, I was very arrogant, and I can't say that about myself. I didn't want to listen to anybody. I was just very in tune with what I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to do, and I wasn't going to listen to everybody. And most of that is because of how I grew up. I just had to rely on myself because I had nobody to really show me the care that I deserve and really trust me and allow me to go through life and make mistakes. So I got very arrogant. I was making all of the moves in my life, and when you make the moves and you make the decisions, you are the boss. I don't care at what age. This is why it's important when you are a parent to play the parental role. Don't allow the children to become the parent, because it's a lack of respect, but you're also teaching them very bad behavioral techniques. But like I said, I got humbled really, really bad, that it completely broke that arrogance. And I know now that once that arrogance was broken for me, confirmation again through the wind, once that arrogance was broken, I was able to see clearly. I was able to see, like, what am I doing with my life? I was 15. That's the most pivotal time if you were teenagers, 15. Because you can go either direction. And I definitely was in the fork in the road in my life. When I got humble, I started to realize what's really important out of life. I started to really be in tune with how I felt about things, and I really paid attention to my surroundings until choice after choice, I found myself making the right choices to benefit my life, and then continuing that and improving myself, you know? So I don't want the video to be too long, but I feel like we as the generation from the 90s babies, man, we owe it to the next generation. We owe it to them to allow them to express themselves, give them the chance to lead. You know, they fresh. You know, they done sprouted up. They not little kids no more, man. So, you know, if they working, if they paying bills, man, give them the opportunity to lead. They just want to show you what they made of. They just want to make you proud, really. They just want to show you what they got. I don't want my generation to take it too personal, to think that we did something wrong or our way of living was wrong. No. These younger generations, they're coming with a new pair of eyes to help us, man. So we should allow them the floor to speak, the floor to act. And that's all that I'm saying. You guys enjoy your day. Peace and love. I'll catch you guys later.